good to me. How do we understand that? Our qualification is our disqualification, Brahmas used to say. Our qualification is that we be honest and we admit our disqualification. Our qualification is that I admit what Krishna speaks about in this verse. I'm such a person that I can't control my senses. I can't follow things properly. And because of that, I have some qualification to chant. That's the qualification for the holy name. Nice thing. Is that more clear now?
Yeah. So it's like means we take like full shelter. We have no qualification. We have nothing. Just
and we can't
full
take
shelter.
full. So he's saying, so we take full shelter. And yes, we can't take full shelter unless we're honest. If we're putting on a show, how can we take shelter? I'm taking shelter of my show. I'm trying to impress everybody the way that I'm dressed or something. Okay. Anything else to say?
Yeah. And then, and also, if you could like tell us the conclusion of the song from Krishna Das, I think you just sang about that I cannot take Krishna.
Taranam loite na gali morahiya Krishna Das koi mui bodo abagiya. Taranam loite na. I don't have the holy name. You may tell me to chant Hare Krishna, but I don't have it. Taranam loite na gali morahiya. I don't have it gali in my throat. Hiya, I don't have it in my heart. It's in neither place. Krishna dasa kohe mui bodo abagiya. Abagiya, bodo abagiya. I'm very, very unfortunate. So it sounds a little strange. I can't chant, and that's what's good. No, what's good is bodo abagiya, that I feel very, very unfortunate. It indicates that the poet is crying. And he's really, really honest. I have no taste for the holy name. It's not in my heart. It's not in my throat like Lord Shiva. Maybe it's a little bit on my lips. That's all. But I have no taste for it. So, Ami Bodo Abagiya. I'm the most unfortunate person. And this is the medicine for this Bakasura disease. We have to first of all go to the sadhu vaidya, or the sadhu doctor, who will chastise us with his harsh words and tell us, why are you putting on a show? Stop that. Nonsense, rascal. And then our pride becomes crushed. And then we can actually cry a little bit. And that's the medicine. Being honest is a medicine to defeat this Bakasura Vad.
Okay, last question. You spoke about the devotee who make a lot of money and he wanted to make kirtan, right? What about that if he just gives up everything and Krishna, and he makes kirtan and Krishna promised he supplies everything, he supplies to the devotees and so on.
But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's what Raghunath Das Goswami came and said. Look, I want to join the Hare Krishna movement. I want to leave my wife, my family, they're all in Maya. They're all nonsense. I want to come and join you. And Mahaprabhu said, don't be a crazy fellow. Don't be a show bottle renunciate. We don't do renunciation. Krishna makes the renunciation. We just chant and we cry and we pray. And Krishna will give us intelligence. It's not that Raghunath Das Goswami didn't leave home. He did. But Krishna made the arrangement. He gave him the intelligence and he gave the opportunity at the right time. Krishna made the arrangement for that renunciation. And Krishna will also make arrangement for us. But there's a number, we printed a letter in, I think the last issue of our Krishna Katamrita Bindu magazine, maybe the previous issue. Prabhupada wrote to one devotee, he was chastising like anything. He said, what is this? I get so many of my disciples married, and then as soon as you get your wife pregnant, you want to take sannyas. You want to become renounced. When there's problems from your wife, problems from your children, what kind of, he said, this is very disgusting. Prabhupada was very, very heavy. So they wanted to be renounced. They wanted to just do kirtan. But what kind of kirtan are you going to do? That kind of kirtan is for me. So I can run away from my responsibilities. So I can try to have a good time, so I can enjoy it. And of course, I'll look good. And everybody's going to give me a lot of respect if I do like that. But better to be a sincere sweeper of the street, Prabhupada says in one Gita purport, than a show bottle renunciate. Why is it better? Because then it builds up in your heart And it's genuine. The renunciation is a genuine thing then. It's not just a show like Bakasura. Okay? Anything else is there? Prabhuji?
So with the mics, maybe I should speak louder.
No.
You're mentioning our three friends.
You still talk louder
yeah.
than mine.
You mentioned our three friends.
Three friends.
The propensity of criticizing, and the other two. We have to be conscious of them.
No. We have, these are three things which Rupa Goswami says, give humility. And I say, therefore, they're our friends. He doesn't say they're friends. But they're dukkha, unhappiness. Trasa, fear. And aparada, dhyaya, which means the sense of having committed offense. Not that committing offense is going to make me humble. But when I have the feeling, the understanding that I've committed some offense, that gives me that.
Yeah, so my question is like to kind of take distance in the same time and not identify with them, because in the, for example, in this wonderful festival, you see so many Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas with so many good qualities, and sometimes in response they may glorify you too, but in the mind you have to keep this, they also kind of be really realistic.
When someone comes and glorifies us in this society, why are they going to glorify us? If someone comes and says, wow, that was really a nice class. Well, okay, before I start inflating like a balloon and take off, I should think about a simple thing. First of all, who told me to do this? My Guru Maharaj told me to do this. Where did I get the information from? My Guru Maharaj gave me the information. Where did I get some inspiration? Because it wasn't all repeated from him. The inspiration also came from him. And if I think about really what I am, and if you knew me before I came to this movement, before I came to my Guru Maharaj, you wouldn't want to be my friend. I wasn't a very nice creature. I wasn't, much less a human being. I wasn't a nice creature. So everything belongs to my Guru. So we should understand that. If someone wants to come and praise us for our kirtan, praise us for our deity worship, it doesn't belong to me. And if we think it belongs to me, I'm a damn fool. We give the example sometimes that maybe they ask you to do Mangal Artik next year during the Gaur Purnima festival in Mayapur. Wow. And so you come out in the morning, below the conch and you see there's 10,000 devotees there. And then you think, they're all here to watch me. There's something wrong. They're not there to watch you. You're there as a servant. All your job is to wave the incense because Srila Prabhupada can't be there. Prabhupada should be there. Your Guru should be there to do the artik. And because he's not there, I'm just his servant waving the incense and doing these things on his behalf. It doesn't belong to me. And that's what kirtan means. That's what Krishna Katha means. That I'm just doing it as a servant. I'm no better than the listeners. My God. There's so many wonderful prayers our acharyas have given. Rupa Goswami in Lalita Madhav, he gives a wonderful verse I was just writing this morning. Keyam savagunavati batamugda rupa kvaham jitosmi guruna guru godavena adya mamadya saranam saranam gatanam dattotsavasya karuna karunaravasya. He says that, what assembly am I in? Kvayam. What an assembly. The Sabha, Gunavati, Bhatta, they're all very wonderful personalities. And who am I? Mugdha Rupa. I'm bewildered Rupa Goswami. Rupa can also refer, Rupa means a form, and Rupa can also mean a phantom kind of shape. So in our case we could say that the false speaker. Who am I? Paham jitosmi guruna guru godavena. I should give so much respect to the devotees. Adyamamadya saranam saranam gatanam. And what am I doing? Saranam saranam gatanam. I'm doing sharana. I'm taking shelter of saranam gatanam. Somebody else who's taking shelter. And then the tutsavasya karuna karuna avasya. I'm taking shelter of those persons who are taking shelter of the most merciful Krishna. It doesn't belong to me. It's such a very, very important point that we need to learn. Otherwise we become like Bakasura. And we just make a show. And there's no potency in it. And nobody changes. Okay? Anything else to say, Prabhuji?
Prabhu, you mentioned the changes by Jayadvaita Maharaj to the books.
I'm a supporter of Jayadvaita Maharaj, by the way.
Okay, well, this is what I wanted to know. One wasn't sure what the thing was.
Okay. That's the only comment?
I want, yeah. Because
What Srila Prabhupada told the devotees, that they should correct the books. What are we going to do? We're going to present Prabhupada's books sometimes with the wrong purport to the wrong verse, or things that make no sense that Srila Prabhupada did not say, like famously the planet of the trees or something. So he did a good service, and maybe it's not perfect, because Krishna says nobody in this world is perfect, and no work is perfect. He may make some problems, but works pretty good for me. And I've seen so many people become devotees because of that book. What's the problem? Huh? And if you really have a problem with it, I'll tell you a secret. The original book is in the folio. And not only that, the original book is available, millions and millions of, hundreds of millions of copies all over the world. They were distributed. You can get that book and you can read that and tell people about the planet of the trees and cattle raising and whatever else you like. Okay? That's a good point.
Thank you very much.
Prabhuji?
Sometimes we're encouraged to raise our spiritual standards perhaps above the level which we really could believe to maintain throughout a period of time. So there's also a kind of duplicity if I, for instance, accept that. So how to deal with that? Should we strive for more? Should we say, okay, come on, living in a temple is too tough and just marry and that 3.5 principles and so on, that's my level, you know? So how to deal with that?
Where is that instruction coming from? If that instruction is coming from my guru, or someone who's authorized by my guru, then I have to accept it. And maybe I'm not on that platform. And I can say that. I'm not on that platform. That's a very important thing to say. And we can even say, we can tell them that, and then on the inside we should always remember, I'm not on that platform. My Guru Maharaj said an interesting thing, which some may find a little controversial, but he said Prabhupada appointed the original gurus. But those people who fell down, what was their fault? Prabhupada appointed them. He said, but that appointment wasn't enough. They also had to realize their own position. And so even if I get some appointment, even if they make me guru or something, and I have no choice if my guru says, I have a right also to say, wait a minute, I also need to have qualifications. But some service in the temple or something, we have to see what Guru tells us. And if I can't do it, and maybe I just feel like Guru Maharaj, I just can't do it, but then I would suggest, don't forget that instruction. Srila Prabhupada got an instruction. And maybe he felt like he couldn't do it. He couldn't come to the West, it was too much. But he never forgot it. He always meditated on it. And eventually he did it. So we should be like that. Okay? So our time is up. Thank you all very much. If somebody has another question, somebody can come and see me afterwards.
When did the devotee ask me what the father for Vaishnava are, when you mentioned your book of many devotees don't know that.
Wenn die Devotee asked me that you wanted for Vaishnava and not know what the name from your guru is.
Well, there's a reason why Sanatana Goswami quotes, can't remember the name of the book, in Hari Bhakti Vilas, he says, Gopaya Guru Matmanaha should hide your guru. Because who is my guru and who am I? I got some mercy from Sri Srimad Gauragovinda Swami Maharaj, but I'm not a qualified person to say I'm his disciple. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Radha Madan Mohan Ju ki jai, Premanandi. Devotees want, you can keep that song. If you don't want to keep it, you can give it back to Gauda Hari Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, just a very short announcement. Many of you will have to go very soon. Unfortunately, we are coming to the end of the festival. All of you who need drives to the bus station, to the train station, to the airport, there in the back is Bhakta Vadim. He took over all the service of transport. If any one of you need transport, please approach Bhakta Vadim, who is raising his hand right now. If any one of you has taken pictures, video for this event, please approach Sherman, and she will be happy to get them and upload them on our webpage. So the weather is not so collaborative for the deities to go out. I think because you were singing so nicely the whole weekend, the deities want to stay inside of the temple room. We will organize for the swing festival, continue with kirtans, and if the sun comes, the deity might go for a boat ride.
Hare Krishna, just make one little comment. Krishna has many, many pastimes. He has his Julian Yatra Leela, he has his Noka Leela, but he has another pastime that he does sometimes. Sometimes Krishna arranges it starts raining. And then the gopis are out in the rain and they're getting all wet, and then suddenly they see some guy with a big coat. Come inside the coat with me. That's Krishna. So Krishna may also arrange the rain. It's another kind of pastime.